The night was meant to be nothing special, just a chill sound check before a small, invite-only rehearsal. Lights low, crew laid back, vibes calm, and Keith Urban walking the stage, testing his mic like usual. Then out of nowhere, something slipped through the speakers, something never meant to be heard. One raw, unfiltered line that flipped everything upside down. "I'm not being compared to him again. I'm done with this." Boom! The whole room froze. Whispers turned into straight-up shock as the crew traded looks, cause everyone knew exactly who him meant. Within hours, that off-the-books clip hit the internet, blowing up one of the most heated conversations in recent memory. This wasn't staged, wasn't PR, wasn't some fake meltdown. It was a real moment, caught by accident. A man hitting his breaking point, no filter, no script. And the timing? Wild. Just days earlier, Reuters officially confirmed that Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban had split after 19 years of marriage, closing the chapter on one of Hollywood's longest-running unions. But the real jaw-dropper wasn't just what Keith said, it was why he said it. And that's where this story swerves hard. Subscribe now, trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. Because what you're about to hear flips everything we thought we knew about Keith and Nicole's story. The whisper that sparked the fire. It all kicked off with one quiet, barely there whisper, never meant to leave that rehearsal room. "She should have told me before he called." The words were low, almost swallowed by the hum of amps, but someone caught it, and yeah, the internet did what it always does. Within hours, leaked soundcheck clips spread like wildfire all over social media. People replayed them non-stop, slowing the audio, breaking down every syllable. Who was he? What was Keith really talking about? Fans started connecting dots, and one name kept popping up, the one that made everything go nuclear, Tom Cruise. According to industry whispers, that quiet moment wasn't random at all. Reports say it came after Nicole Kidman had spoken with her former co-star, a short, professional call about a possible film project. But here's the part that hit hardest: Keith didn't hear it from her. He heard it from someone else. That one detail turned a harmless call into a full-blown storm. Was it just a misunderstanding? Or was this a crack forming in one of Hollywood's most admired marriages? Online, fans split right down the middle. Some backed Nicole, saying she had every right to keep things professional with a former colleague. Others said Keith had every reason to feel blindsided. Nobody wants surprises like that in their own relationship. And as that whisper echoed through headlines and hashtags, one thing was clear: this wasn't just gossip anymore. It was about to turn into a full-on rupture. Nicole and Tom, the call that shook the internet. For years, Nicole Kidman had walked the tightrope between her past and present with pure grace. She almost never talked about Tom Cruise publicly, and when she did, it was respectful, low-key, no drama. That all shifted the moment she was photographed leaving a studio meeting in Los Angeles, the same one tied to a major film project involving Tom's production team. When reporters asked if she still kept in touch with her former co-star, Nicole gave a soft smile and said, "You never know who'll pop up again." She didn't say his name. She didn't need to. Within hours, entertainment blogs went into overdrive. Reports claimed there'd been a short, professional call, nothing deep, just creative talk. But when that rumor reached Keith Urban, not from Nicole but through a third party, something cracked. For nearly 20 years, Keith had stood by her through fame, scrutiny, and ghosts of the past. Learning about the call secondhand, insiders say, felt like a betrayal, not of loyalty, but of trust. Those close to the couple said Keith's reaction wasn't anger, it was heartbreak. It wasn't jealousy, one source said. It was exhaustion, like he was done living in someone else's shadow. The story shifted fast from rumor to raw emotion. Was this insecurity, or just a man hitting his limit? But if anyone thought the drama stopped with that call, nah. Not even close. Because Keith's silence was about to snap in the most unexpected way. Keith's reaction, raw, real, and unfiltered. That sound check wasn't supposed to get heavy. It was meant to be chill, laughs, warm-up notes, easy vibes. But the second Tom Cruise's name came up, something in Keith Urban flipped. The usually calm, steady guy suddenly sounded shattered. "I won't be blindsided in my own life," he snapped, a line that hit harder than any lyric he's ever sung. That wasn't rehearsed. That was straight from the gut. Crew members said the tone wasn't rage, it was deep, built-up hurt. The kind that stacks up after months of swallowing things down. It wasn't meant for headlines, it was human. When the leak hit the internet, fans replayed it in disbelief. Some swore they heard his voice shake. Others said he sounded furious. But everyone agreed on one thing: this was Keith Urban stripped raw. Fans and analysts started decoding everything: pauses on stage, tweaked lyrics, a slight quiver in his voice. Nothing went unnoticed. Keith's team reportedly tried to downplay it, calling it a misunderstanding taken out of context. But fans weren't buying that. They saw something deeper: a man done with quiet comparisons and private wounds turning public. One mic left on too long had turned buried frustration into an open wound. And while the internet picked apart every word, one question wouldn't go away: was this really about Tom? Or was it about trust? Quick pause: if you're locked into this story so far, hit that subscribe button. More truths coming. The internet explodes. The second Keith's leaked outburst hit online, all hell broke loose. TikTok edits, YouTube breakdowns, Reddit theories, everywhere, all at once. Fans slowed the audio, isolated phrases, matched them to old interviews. This wasn't a rumor anymore, it was a full digital wildfire. Old concert clips resurfaced and suddenly meant something new. A longer pause before a love song. A crack in his voice during a lyric about forgiveness. Even a single tear under stage lights became proof. Social media turned into a war zone. One side said Keith had every right to feel blindsided. The other said he overreacted, letting insecurity run the show. The hashtag Keith Unplugged started trending as fans shared emotional breakdowns of his performances. But under all the noise, something unexpected showed up: empathy. People shared their own stories of betrayal, saying they felt his pain. This stopped being celebrity gossip. It became personal. A mirror for heartbreak a lot of people knew too well. But while fans dissected every lyric in silence, another machine was already warming up, one louder, and way more powerful than social media. The mainstream media had caught the scent. The media machine takes over. Once traditional outlets jumped in, the whole thing leveled up. Headlines stopped saying leaked soundcheck and started screaming full-blown spectacle. Big entertainment sites pumped out non-stop updates, each spinning the story differently. Some called it a jealous husband's meltdown. Others framed it as a raw emotional moment from a man under pressure. What was private became public property overnight. Journalists broke down photos, body language, interview pauses. Psychologists got dragged in to analyze emotional control under fame. But most missed the real point. This wasn't about Tom Cruise the man, it was about the shadow of Tom Cruise. Keith wasn't fighting another guy, he was fighting the constant comparison. Insiders said it wasn't competition, it was perception. The media had quietly turned Nicole's past into a recurring subplot in Keith's life. Every article dragged up who she used to be with. That stings for anyone. For someone in love. That cuts deep. Still, the louder the media got, the quieter Keith and Nicole became. And their silence only turned the volume up more. One question started echoing through Hollywood: was Nicole's silence calm composure, or calculated strategy? Was Nicole's silence strategic? As headlines stacked up, one thing stood out: Nicole Kidman wasn't saying a single word. No interviews. No statements. No sneaky social posts. Just silence. And in Hollywood, silence speaks loud. Reports said it was intentional, that responding publicly would only fuel the fire. Nicole had always built her image on grace and control, never letting tabloids run her story. But now, that same restraint was being read two ways. Some called it class. Others called it avoidance. Fans argued non-stop. Was she protecting her family's privacy, or letting rumors grow by staying quiet? Even PR experts weighed in, saying silence can keep a story alive longer than a simple explanation. But Nicole has never been one to move on impulse. Sources close to her said the alleged phone call with Tom Cruise was strictly work-related, just a quick, no big deal chat about a project, nothing extra, nothing messy. Still, the fact that there was no clear denial or confirmation kept people buzzing. In a world where one emoji, or a random caption, can turn into breaking news, her choice to stay quiet felt bold, and kinda risky. And just when it looked like the rumors might finally die down, boom, a fresh twist lit the fire again, this time tied to Keith's upcoming tour, and a curveball nobody saw coming. Because what happened next had fans wondering if the tension had shifted from the home, straight to the stage. Underscore 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 underscore. The Maggie Bow tour fallout. The first sign was low-key, a short post on a fan forum saying Keith Urban's opening act, rising artist Maggie Bow, had been pulled from the tour lineup. At first glance, it felt normal. Openers change all the time, no drama. But then the chatter started. A few industry insiders claimed the call came right after the soundcheck incident. Some said Keith wanted to reset the vibe and lock in on his performances after an emotionally heavy week. Others argued Maggie's exit had zero drama attached, just a scheduling thing, plain and simple. Still, fans weren't letting it slide. Maggie had been spotted rehearsing with Keith's band just days before the news dropped, and then, poof, she was gone. Entertainment blogs teased behind-the-scenes tension, though no one involved went on record. Keith's team released a short, polite statement thanking Maggie and wishing her well, with no extra details. Online though, theories went wild, some saying Keith needed space to regroup, others claiming he wanted full control of the stage narrative. Whatever the real reason was, the timing was way too loud to ignore. For a lot of fans, the tour shakeup looked like a man taking his power back, one show, one song, one choice at a time. And while the internet debated his motives, something deeper was clearly brewing inside Keith. A quiet face-off with fame, identity, and old ghosts that just wouldn't chill. Quick reminder, don't blink. Subscribe and stay locked in, because the next twist flips everything. The deeper struggle, fame, identity, and comparison. Behind the headlines and hashtags is a truth gossip sites can't really package. Fame has a nasty habit of blowing tiny cracks into massive fault lines. For Keith Urban, this wasn't just about one phone call or one name, it was about something heavier, the silent burnout of always being compared. Psych experts who study celebrity culture point out the paradox. Stars are praised non-stop, yet constantly measured against others. For Keith, Tom Cruise wasn't competition, he was a ghost from a life Keith never lived, but could never fully escape. Every time Nicole's past resurfaced, it cast a shadow on the present. People close to Keith say he's deeply empathetic, the kind of guy who absorbs more than he lets on. So when rumors about the call reached him through the grapevine, it wasn't just irritation, it was that gut punch feeling of being sidelined in his own story. Online commentators started unpacking the emotional reality of relationships under a microscope. Can any marriage survive that level of scrutiny? When every move gets dissected, even love can start feeling performative. Through all of it, Keith kept showing up, smiling on stage, thanking fans, playing his heart out. But in the quiet gaps between songs, the weight of public opinion lingered. Because sometimes the biggest fights in fame aren't loud tabloid wars, they are silent battles behind the lights. And soon, Keith would make a move that said more than words ever could. The turning point. A few weeks later, reports surfaced that Keith Urban had passed on a private Hollywood preview, the kind of invite he almost never skips. Inside it said the guest list was stacked with major film names, including one very familiar face. If true, his no-show wasn't just personal, it was symbolic. Fans saw it as a quiet line in the sand, a subtle "I'm out of this" storyline. No drama, no speeches, just intention. Then came a detail that added emotional weight. People magazine reported that Keith Urban getting his own place marked a turning point in the separation from Nicole Kidman, an early sign that space was becoming necessary for peace. According to the outlet, it wasn't about anger or rejection, it was about clarity, breathing room, and healing. For Keith, it meant stepping away from the noise to find balance again. Public reaction was split, but mostly supportive. Some saw a man choosing privacy over headlines. Others wondered if it hinted at deeper cracks behind closed doors. Either way, the message landed: Keith was finding his rhythm again, one quiet choice at a time. Because sometimes peace doesn't come from being louder, it comes from walking away. The cost of silence. As the chaos cooled, a different kind of tension crept in, the kind that grows when nobody talks. Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman both chose silence, maybe hoping time would chill the storm. But in the social media era, silence doesn't stop speculation, it fuels it. Every day without answers became another chapter fans wrote themselves. Media voices pointed out that when clarity disappears, perception takes over. The internet fills gaps fast, and those gaps turn into full-blown narratives. Tiny details, a missing ring, a caption about new beginnings, got blown way out of proportion. Through it all, Keith's stage presence stayed professional, but felt different. He smiled, played, thanked fans, yet his energy felt muted, more inward. He looks like a man carrying a secret, one reviewer wrote after a Nashville show. Meanwhile, Nicole remained composed, showing up to premieres and events with her signature grace. She wasn't hiding, but she wasn't explaining either. For two people so used to living in front of cameras, their shared silence said everything. And that's what made it powerful and painful. Silence became their message. But the longer it stretched on, the blur between privacy and distance got harder to ignore. Because sometimes the hardest part of silence is what people imagine. Underscore 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 underscore. The unwritten ending. Now, weeks after the first whisper turned into a full-blown storm, the story is still unresolved, and maybe that's the point. Not every headline gets closure. Not every love story wraps up neatly. For Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman, this chapter feels less like scandal and more like reflection, a mirror showing the fragile balance between fame and being human. Sources close to the couple say they are focusing on family and music, quietly rebuilding trust away from the noise. Neither has dropped a dramatic statement or staged an emotional reveal. Instead, they chose the hardest route, letting time speak. The leaked sound check may have shifted public perception, but it also reminded everyone that behind every red carpet smile is a real relationship, packed with feelings that don't fit headlines. Fame can amplify pain, but it can't erase love, and longtime fans know resilience has always been their thing. Whether this moment becomes a permanent split, or a step toward healing is up to them alone. What's clear is that millions are still watching, still guessing, still hoping for a calm ending. Because at the core, this was never just about one rumor or one call. It was about the price of loving under a spotlight, and the strength it takes to protect it. And until they speak, this story stays exactly what it started as, unwritten. If this story hit you, make sure to subscribe, because the truth behind Hollywood's quietest heartbreak is still unfolding. Turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next. Note: it's important to note that no credible outlet has verified or published any recording of this alleged hot mic moment. For now, it remains a story floating through fan forums and industry whispers, not confirmed fact.